I am recording the video, and today's topic is Internet Information Services (IIS). Internet Information Services is a flexible general purpose web server from Microsoft that runs on Windows system to serve requested HTML pages or files. An IIS web server accepts requests from remote client computers and return the appropriate response. This basic functionality allows web server to share and deliver information across local area network LAN such as corporate intranets and wide area networks WAN such as the internet. A web server can deliver information to user in a several forms such as static web pages coded in HTML, through file exchanges as download and upload, and text document, image files, and more. Web servers provide portals. Modern web servers can provide far more functionality for a business and its users. Web servers are often used as portals for sophisticated, highly interactive web-based applications that tie enterprise middleware and back-end application together to create enterprise class system. For example, Amazon Web Services allows user to administer public cloud resource through a web-based portal. Meanwhile, streaming media services such as Spotify for music and Netflix for movie deliver real-time streaming content through web servers. How IIS works? IIS works through a variety of standard languages and portal and protocol. HTML is used to create elements such as text, button, image, placements, direct interaction, and hyperlinks. The Hypertext Transfer Protocol (HTTP) is the basic communication protocol used to exchange information between web server and users. HTTP over secure socket layer uses transport layer security on SSL to encrypt the communication for added data security. The File Transfer Protocol (FTP) or its secure variant FTPS can transfer files. Additional supported protocol include the Simple Mail Transfer Protocol to send and receive email, and new Network News Transfer Protocol to deliver articles on Usenet. IIS works with ASP.NET Core. The ASP.NET Core framework is the latest generation of active server pages, a server-side script engine that produces interactive web pages. A request comes into the IIS server from the web, which sends the request to the ASP.NET Core application, which processes the request and sends the response back to the IIS server and the client who originated the request. Example of application written on ASP.NET Core include blog platform and content management system. Developers can produce IIS website within a number of tools including WebDev, which can create and publish web content. Developers can also use integrated development tools such as Microsoft Visual Studio. Feature in IIS 10. IIS 10 also adds a number of new features and functionalities. IIS 10 adds supports for the HTTP/2 protocol to offer more efficient resource use and lower latency compared to HTTP 1.1. IIS 10 works on the minimal server deployment model, Nano Server, under Windows Server 2016, and can run ASP.NET Core Apache Tomcat and PHP workloads on IIS on the Nano server. IIS 10 works in a container and virtual machines, so developers and administrators have more flexibility in deployment choices, as well as the density to accommodate a broad range of web applications. IIS Express for testing. Microsoft provide a self-contained version of IIS called IIS Express for developers to test websites. IIS Express offer all the major capability of the full IIS web server, but allows many tasks to be performed without administrative privileges. Security. To ensure a website is secure, organization needs to take security measures to protect the web server from security breaches. Companies can use feature but built into IIS to harden the IIS. Some of the way to harden Windows IIS include: first, ensure the Windows operating system is updated with all security patches. Second, disable any features of IIS not in use to reduce potential attacks. Third, use firewalls to ensure the server is only receiving valid packets. Fourth, control which IP addresses and domains can access the web server. Fifth, use URL authorization to apply rules for specific requests, such as dealing with particular URLs. A company can use URL authorization to only authorize certain users to view the requested pages. Sixth, user logging to view the visitor accessing the web server. 7. Configure the error page to display only relevant information about an issue. Make certain that error page doesn't display too much information, such as usernames, password, the IP address of the server, or any information that hackers could use to exploit the web server. Step An IIS web server runs on the Microsoft.NET platform on the Windows OS. While it's possible to run IIS on Linux and Macs using Mono, it's not recommended and will likely be unstable. There are other options which I will present later. It's versatile and stable, and it's been widely used in production for many years. Version 10 is the most current. Once it's installed, you will see the welcome page in your browser. The internet is good, and the internet cannot exist without web server. But what exactly is a web server? Let's define that in the abstract, so we can have some context for how IIS fills this role. A web server is the process for hosting web application. The web server allows an application to process messages that arrive through specific TCP ports. For example, the default port for HTTP traffic is 80, and the one for HTTPS is 443. When you visit a website in your browser, you don't typically specify the port number unless the web server is configured to receive traffic on ports other than the default. Assuming the default configuration and TLS is configured for your web application, the web server will receive all inbound traffic to port 80 and 443. What the web server does with the traffic from there depends. There are countless options for how the web server can process those requests. Thank you.